What up, world? And this is why you have a chance to break them down like he does.
Yeah.
You know, like systematic.
And this is
And always with good fight, especially undisputed, you're gonna get that. You know what I mean?
BTR Boxing.
And Boxing with Jeff. It's a podcast. What up, world? This is another episode. This is BTR Boxing and Boxing with Jeff. So this week we're gonna hit it up with the recap from fight week. Tank Davis and Lamar Roach. Let's get into it.
All right, so draw. It was a draw as far as decision majority draw. What are your thoughts on the fight? I'll let you go first.
My thing is this: people can't Devin Haney their way out of situations. We're gonna start with that. If you're gonna beat the champ, you gotta beat the champ.
Yeah, exactly.
Litigations and going, with this legal act, we barely seeing this in this new age of boxing. As long as I've been watching boxing coming up as a youngster to now, never seen that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, nice try. WBA ruled it into my boy's favor, Tank's favor. So, rematch it is, and we're gonna get with it. But what I think was, early rounds or the earlier rounds. Were the champ. Then, kept going on, and, some rounds were going to Lamar Roach, and then again, back to the champ, and then some to Lamar Roach, and then the rest was all champ, which made it a draw. But, of course, a 10-8 with the knockdown, if you want to say that, but, things happen.
Yeah.
Things happen. Technical difficulties happen in the ring. It could have been grease, it could have been whatever. Obviously he did have something in his eye. Like, he wasn't just wiping his face for no reason.
Yeah.
So, whether you liked it or not, it was what it was. And I would say, anyways, if it wasn't for the knockdown that they're saying, it would have been all Tank. So.
Yeah, to me, as far as the fight, how it went, the first 4 rounds, there was no action, really. It was more of both fighters trying to get the angle on each other, trying to get positioning, and then resetting. So
yeah, trying to feel each other in.
Yeah, so.
But if anything, like I said, still was leaning more towards Tank because he was,
Yeah, because at the end of the day,
more aggressive fighter to me.
In the first 4 rounds, that's what I saw. The first 4 rounds, at the end of the day, he landed more effective aggression as far as punches. Or thumping, if you will. He was thumping as far as the first 4 rounds. Where I thought Roach landed maybe 1 or 2 good combinations, if that, but not too much to give him a round, right? The first 4. So even if you want to give him 1-3, 1-4-0, but that's how pretty much I saw the first 4 rounds. Yeah. Not a lot of action. Round 5, round 6 to me went to the champ, hands down. He was landing some powerful shots. There's no way he lost those 2 rounds. And then as far as the rest of the way it goes, I saw the same thing like you said. It was a lot of back and forth action, both fighters taking certain time off on the round, and then towards the end, flurries here, flurries there, trying to steal the round. So depends how you saw it. So at the end of the fight, what was it? I can't remember what round it was when he took the knee. Regardless of what reason, they usually count it as a 10-8 round, but they didn't. Like you said, in boxing, we've seen so many things. There's missed calls all the time.
Always.
That was one of those, they should have called it 10-8. But even if you called it 10-8, I didn't see enough action from Roach to say he hands down won the fight. It was one of those fights where it was a draw, 7-5 maybe. But even then, it's hard for you to take a fight from someone like a Tank or a Canelo with a 7-5, 6-6 type of action type of fight. So even if you want to call it the 10-8 round, it was a close fight. So I see why at the end of the day they called it a draw. Not enough to give it to one of the guys.
In my honest opinion, with all being said, and with all due respect, I'll still take my hat to Lamar Roach because he did give us an entertaining fight. Yeah. But as far as the Devin Haney actions, we ain't capping with that. Yeah,
I agree with you. I'm old school too. I've been watching this sport for years, and this whole lawsuit thing to try to get something go your way, it's not me.
Ain't the way you win
It's
fights.
not the way you do it. There's missed calls all the time. Missed calls all the time. So at the end of the day, they missed the call. Even if even if they did, I mean, you're still gonna get a draw.
We're gonna run it back anyway.
Right.
Tank gonna get it back in blood.
At the end of the day, that's what you should want. A rematch, and I mean, it sounds like Tank's not even gonna make you beg. He wants it himself.
Yeah, and like he said, it's only interesting because he made it interesting. And just being a Tank Davis fan, and even watching Tank as long as I've watched him, you could tell, yeah, he could have put him out.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it was.
But Lamar Roach did make it interesting.
So. He made it interesting. I mean, you can't take anything away from Lamar Roach. He did fantastically well. Like me personally, I mean, before the fight, I was saying Tank was gonna drop him in the third, end him in the fifth. That's what I expected, but that's not the type of fight we got. But at the end of the day, it still wasn't enough for you to convince me that you defeated Tank Davis.
Because when it came to the big thudding shots and them thumps, it was all Tank.
Yeah, and that's the way. I mean, you got to score in the pros. It's effective aggression and ring generalship, right? And you can't really say one or the other was really controlling the pace, right? It was more back and forth.
Because they were trying to fill each other out.
Right. It was neither one controlled the pace at the end of the fight, especially 10 through 12. It was a lot of back and forth action. So just depends the way you were scoring it or who your guy was or who you don't like. I guess it was. But
Tank haters gonna say Tank lost.
Right. But
so
it's a draw,
and we cool with that. But like I said, we got the rematch and. That's what it's going to be on that one. You know, again, shout out to both fighters. Shout out to Team GTD. Shout out to Team Roach. We're going to run it back. You know, with that being said, you know, let's get on to the co-main.
The co-main event, yes. Rayo getting defeated soundly in a unanimous decision.
Antoine Russell for the 140 WBC belt.
What are your thoughts?
At 140 WBC belt, Jose Valenzuela, Rayo Valenzuela. I thought he was going to go out there and put on a better performance. But it seemed like he was trying, you know, but Antoine Russell was just too much for him. You know, he was just putting it on him and he wasn't taking it off. Yeah. You know, he knew it was his title shot and he went out there and fought like he was supposed to. And he went out there and did what he had to do to, you know, to seal the deal. Oh, yeah. And shout out to him and all the Russells. Yeah, he soundly defeated him. And yeah, shout out to the Russells. I mean, seeing his brother Gary train him. Fantastic job. I mean, man, was he ready ever for this fight? He's about to make 140 interesting. Yeah, it's going to be a problem. Yeah, he's going to be a problem. You know, because, I mean, he beat Rayo soundly, and that's something we both didn't expect. And that was Rayo's first time defending the belt. Right. Last time. And it sucks you had to lose it, but Jesus. Yeah, he went out there, and, he put the foot on the gas, and, you know, he never took it off. You know? And he just did what he had to do. He beat the champ, and he beat the champ. Oh, he beat the champ. He beat the champ. Yeah, soundly. Soundly. You know, that was the soundest. That I could give to Rayo if I wanted to. Yeah. And like I said, he was trying to, you know, do his thing, but it was just too much coming to him. Yeah. Like every round. Yeah. It was like it turned up more and more and more. So, but that was a good fight though too. Yeah, I mean, it was good action. I mean, but at the end of the day, there was only one fighter controlling the pace. Yeah. No need of a rematch for that one. No. So, and the new. And the new and moving forward because he did a fantastic job. Fantastic job. 140 new WBC champ Gary Antoine Russell. Shout out to you, your champ, and your family. Yeah. So let's get on to the next thing on our agenda. All right. So next thing on our agenda, I think it's our weekly news. Let's start at the top. Ring Magazine Promotions, I guess you can say now, announcing their triple header in New York. Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero. Times Square for the whole public to see. I wish I lived in New York at this time because that would be a dope card to see live. On the street? On the street? Right. Come on, baby. And this triple header? Come on, baby. Right, it's a triple header. You got Ryan and Rolly. You got Haney and Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez. I'm sorry, I almost said it by this one again because we just spoke about him. But Ramirez. And Barbosa. Right. So I think all three fights are about to be crazy. What a crazy triple header. Yeah. Crazy triple header. That's a fantastic triple header. And that's on Friday. And Teofimo's titles up too, correct? Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, he's the only one with the title in that card. Yeah. Lineal. 140. At 140, yep. Ooh. That's on the line. And that's nice. It's a formidable opponent. I'm actually pretty interested to see how that goes. You got to win that belt to win that belt. So, I think Arnold Barbosa about to... It's Arnold Barbosa, right? Yeah. He about to go out there and... he's earned it. About to work. So, he's earned it. They already had a little altercation before. He looked like he's ready to go. Yeah, he's been very active. He's been winning. He's earned his shot. He's been looking for his shot, and he finally got it.
in a big stage.
Yeah.
You know, so
Definitely.
I mean, we're about to see a show.
Yeah.
This whole card, all three fights are interesting. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty interesting what they're doing there.
The one I'm most looking forward to is, of course, the Ryan and Rolly because the power.
Yeah, the
I
power.
want to see
Exactly.
whose power is about to,
Right.
do what it do.
Especially with the Ryan Garcia that's coming off a layoff.
Yeah.
So timing's gonna be a little off. So it should be pretty
Can't wait
interesting.
to run. Yeah, shout out to Team Rolly. I like Rolly.
Yeah, me
You know
too.
I like Rolly.
Yeah, he's fun.
That's my guy.
Yeah, he's fun.
Yeah.
So good card. Also on Ring Magazine, we'll stay on topic. Also on news, they had the press conference for Canelo and Skull for Undisputed. What are your thoughts on that press conference?
Seen Skull, very big guy.
Big dude.
Like
Big Cuban
guy.
dude.
Yeah, big dude. So it's gonna probably go all 12, especially because he has a big frame on him. You know, usually big guys going against power punchers, they kind of survive off that. You know, that I've been noticing. But like I said, who knows? Canelo can probably clip him and put him out. You know, because he does. You know, he got crazy punching power. So.
It'll be tough. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I mean, especially with the Cuban fighter, and then the Cuban fighter being young.
Man, that fight is in their bloodline.
Yeah.
So that's what's gonna be
It's gonna be
interesting
crazy.
to see what he outputs. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know nothing really about him. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, undefeated. You know, he has that belt that they took from Canelo. That's why he has this fight.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to most definitely look some more into him. You know, so for the next episode, I could have more to broadcast about it. But I mean, like I said, his size is most definitely a big difference that I noticed off back.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I noticed the size. He's a bigger guy. I also noticed who was sitting on Canelo's side, Richard Schaefer, Oscar's old homie.
Back in business.
Back in business, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Canelo's advisor. So we'll see what happens there. It's pretty interesting, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting to see Richard Schaefer back in the in the business.
Yeah, back in the mix.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. Also, they announced this week with Ring Magazine, Dana White is coming into boxing. They're going to try to start a league with Turkey. One champion, one belt.
Rocking with Turkey.
Yeah.
Uncle Turkey, as Canelo say.
Yeah, Uncle
you
Turkey.
better pay your fighters, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's our iffy thing that we all probably worried about. Yeah. But, I mean, you got the bag. So, pay it up. And boxing's different from UFC. They want that money.
Yes.
They want that money.
Yeah.
They ain't fighting for chump change, so.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's going to be the thing, with boxing, I mean, it's going to be pretty cool that they're going to start a league, but at the end of the day, it's probably going to be more of a youngsters type of league because the professionals need to get paid and they can get paid.
Bring up the new up and coming.
Yeah. I mean, to me, the way it would have worked a little bit better, maybe if they would have prolonged it a little bit longer. He probably would have had to purchase all the other promoters first in order for that league to really work the way they want to.
Oh, yeah.
But at the end, they didn't, and you have too many free agents, too many promoters out there, and now you just showed your cards, so good luck. Good luck, to be honest. But I mean, not trying to be negative, but it's just being honest, and the pro games is different, and having promoters, and you could be your self-promoter. You have someone like, what Canelo used to be. Yes, he just signed, but okay. Tank is his own promoter. Why would you want to let that go?
Promotions.
Right. You could be your own promoter. Why would you go want to join a league when you already made it, right? So it'll work to a certain extent. Yeah. For the youngsters. The youngsters without a promoter's contract, without making a name yet, it'll work there. Yeah. But as far as like the big boys, I don't see it working there.
But hopefully one day, all this will go into fruition and everybody can do some business together because there's so much business to be made in this world of boxing. It's crazy. All the fights that can be made and still needs to be made.
Yeah. So, I mean, like leading up to this, I mean, they've been on a great track record, He's working with everybody. So even with the league, I'm hoping that continues, that they continue working with the other promoters.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's been fantastic getting these fights.
Yeah. And I'm sure they were. They were, for sure.
Yeah.
So it takes time.
Yeah, it does take time. It does take time, so we'll see what happens.
But they are moving at a good pace, it seems like, They're not just, they got no time to waste, so it seems like every move is calculated and, they just doing what they got to do slowly but surely. So, it's coming along.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a positive for the sport. It's a positive at the end of the day, so we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, other than that, I mean, that's all I have for you as far as weekly news.
Yeah.
to me, like I said, going back to the Tank fight, it's a draw, guys. It's a draw. I don't know about you. It's a draw.
The rematch is happening. Everybody strap their boots and get ready. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And you know, coming from Tank, he said, you know, as soon as May or June. So hopefully we get it in May. But you know, May has a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
But you know, we can always you can't get enough of boxing. So you know, shoot, we'll take every card we can get.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping June. That way we see maybe Jermell on the card. You know, that makes more sense.
Yeah, and June, it probably sounds better because then more eyes on him because you know you got Canelo fighting in May too. So you know, let him have that. And Tank have that.
Right. There's only so many pay-per-views that the fans can purchase in one month.
Exactly, because they ain't cheap. So
no, especially no
unless you want to give them
PBCs.
to us for free.
I know.
We'll take that too.
Right.
But yeah, as always, you know, until next week, thank you for rocking with us on another episode. This is BTR Boxing and Boxing with Jeff. Until next week, peace.